Hello friends, let us now learn a bit more about working with Django. To learn more, let us first discuss the concept of client-server setup, the request and response concept, the concept of local host, which is Django development server, urls.py and views.py. As you know, in the client-server setup, client sends a request to the server and server responds to the request. When we type www.youtube.com in the address bar of our browser, the browser sends a request over the internet to fetch the home page of YouTube. This request goes to the corresponding web server and the server responds by sending the required page. When this page reaches the browser shows it. When we are working on our computer, our website, the Django project that we have created, resides in our computer only. The services of web server are provided by the Django development server. So in this case, our computer behaves like client through the web browser as well as like a server through the Django web development server. As this server is residing in our computer only, therefore it is known as localhost also, because we are hosting our website in our local computer, in our own PC. So in the browser you can also type localhost instead of 127.0.0.1. Now we come to the concept of urls.py. When the browser requests the localhost for a web page, the localhost sends this request to urls.py. The urls.py checks which function is mapped to the requested page and calls the corresponding function from views.py. See, the request goes to urls.py. urls.py checks which function is mapped to the requested page, and then that corresponding function is called from views.py. Now this function, which is in views.py, receives the request as a parameter and returns the response to the browser through HTTP response function. Here what we have seen is, in our functions in views.py till now, that the response is in the form of HTML code, which is then shown in the browser. So till this point we have seen how to write functions in views.py and how to map those functions to urls.py. Let us now move ahead. What if our pages are not as simple as have been shown in views.py? Till now our HTML code was very simple and very small. Suppose our web pages contain forms, images, videos, big text, etc. Maybe very complex pages. In such cases, it becomes impractical to have the complete code of a web page in the function in views.py, because it will be a very big code. Suppose you want to create a page like this. In such cases, what we do is we create a separate web page, that is HTML file, and in views.py we tell the function to send this page and not the explicit HTML code as response. Let us see how. Let us create a page with a login form. The code for this form is, when we create these separate web pages have to be stored in a separate folder. It should be in the outer project name folder. Let us create a folder pages. In our project name folder, here the project name is my DJ Proj. Okay. Now let us type this code to create the form and save it in the folder pages with the name external1.html. Now we shall update views.py and urls.py to include this page in our website. We shall add a function, let us say external1. It can be any function name, it has nothing to do with the page name. So here we shall add a function external1 in views.py. The code of this function is, as you can see here on the screen. This function does not have any HTML code but a simple return statement. Because this function does not have to send any explicit HTML code but a complete HTML document, so this function will return a render function instead of HTTP response. Render takes two parameters, a request and web page name. So you can see the code def external one. It takes a request and it returns a render request comma. Now the page name external1.html. Now make sure that you type this page name exactly as you saved it. Now we shall map this page in urls.py by adding path in the URL patterns list. Till now we have not mentioned the folder name pages in views.py or urls.py. We have to mention the folder pages in settings.py. So now settings.py also comes into picture. Now open settings.py and scroll down. You will find dirs. It is a blank list. Now make some change in this list. As dir list os.path.join bracket base directory, that is base underscore dir comma pages within quotation marks, close parenthesis. So now save this file. Now your web page is ready, website is ready with a new page. Now you can open the browser, but before opening the browser we should start the web server. Django.bat file which we created in the previous video, it contains 3 statements. First one, to start the project. Second, cd to go to the project folder. And third statement was to start the web server. Now here, because we don't have to create the project again, project is already created, we are modifying it. So there is no need to create the project again. So what we have to do is we simply have to start the web server. So what we can do is we can remove the first 2 statements from Django.bat and only third statement should be there. Then we can run that Django.bat, it will start the server. Now what you can do is you can start the browser, and in the browser you can type localhost colon 8000/external1, press enter, and you'll see that your form appears on the browser. It means the file that we stored in pages, that file opens, that file is rendered here in the browser. This is how we can create separate HTML pages, and those pages can be rendered in the browser. Thank you friends. I hope you have learned a little bit more about Django through this video. If you liked it, please click that like button, subscribe to my channel and share this video. Thank you.